He blocked me. What a f***ing loser. Literally, what a f***ing loser.
Okay, go! Ow, ow, ow.
He wants to marry me.
I can't believe I'm making this video, but today we're going to be showing you what I'm giving back to my situationship because we're done. To start off, I'm gonna give back his house key because I don't need to walk in anymore. There's no reason for that. I'm giving back the jewelry that he got me for my birthday. So he got me a princess ring because he always called me princess, and then he got me a necklace because I was like, I want a fucking necklace for my birthday. The birthday card that he got me. And then for Christmas, I told him I didn't want anything. He got me sweaters that he already had that he didn't really wear anymore. I'm giving back both his sweaters that he gave me. His favorite crew neck. It's a black crew neck. And then his mom, for Christmas, got me a card because she loves me and she made me cookies. Her cookies were very good. They were chocolate chip. Next, I was having a bad day one day and then he wrote me this letter. He typed it out. I'm not going to show it, but he typed it out, wrote it in a letter, and then got me a squishmallow because I was having a bad day. But he doesn't like me like that, so it's okay. And then for Valentine's Day, he got me heart-shaped chocolates and a bouquet of 12 roses. But he doesn't like me like that, so it's okay. We're not getting into a relationship now. I need Jesus or therapy session. If my ex situationship sees this, I wish you the best. I really hope that rash clears up. And I think you gave me chlamydia.
Yo, what is going on, guys? I hope you are all doing well. So on today's episode, we have a bit of an interesting topic for you guys here today. A new TikTok trend where women are jumping on the internet, basically just posting their dating losses, okay? So a lot of these girls are talking about their situationships, which if you guys didn't know what a situationship is, it's basically just a relationship without the commitment. In other words, these dudes are out here just smash and dashing on these women, and they have to cope hard by saying that they have some sort of relationship, so that what they do is they call it a situationship. So this first clip here, guys, we have a dating coach, and we have a series of clips here today of women talking about their situationships. But first of all, we have here a dating coach, a relationship expert, whatever cringe terminology you want to use, of a girl who's going to be explaining to us the 3 reasons why a situationship breakup is so tough. So let's jump into today's video. Guys, don't forget to leave your thoughts and your comments.
Reasons why the end of a situationship can feel so much harder than some normal breakups. If you're going through it, I feel for you. I've been there. I'm Kimberly, a relationship coach. Give me a follow if you need help navigating your love life. 1, the roller coaster effect of it made you have such intense feelings for them when you were at the high.
Am I the only one who thinks that, number 1, relationship coach is just an incredibly stupid profession, number 1, but number 2, that you shouldn't be a relationship coach if you have engaged in hookup culture and you are giving advice to women about hookup culture? That's like a person saying, I'm going to teach you how to handle your money, but I'm broke and I wasted all of mine.
2, it took up a lot of your emotional energy, just so much time thinking about them and what you could have done differently and what you could have said and just all the confusion surrounding it. And 3, after holding out hope, it never turned into a relationship. And so the end makes you feel a little ridiculous and feel like the grieving isn't justified. And it also doesn't help that they seem completely unbothered, which further invalidates how you feel.
First of all, it isn't justified, and yes, you are ridiculous for engaging in the behavior. Okay, trying to get into a relationship with Chad. These women, guys, are literally grieving over relationships that they didn't even have. Let that sink in for a second. Now let's continue to this clip here, which was the woman featured at the beginning of today's video. But like I said, we have a few more clips lined up.
Guys, I can't believe I'm making this video, but today we're going to be showing you what I'm giving back to my situationship because we're done. To start off, I'm gonna give back his house key because I don't need to walk in anymore. There's no reason for that. I'm giving back the jewelry that he got me for my birthday. So he got me a princess ring because he always called me princess, and then he got me a necklace because I was like, I want a fucking necklace for my birthday. The birthday card that he got me. And then for Christmas, I told him I didn't want anything. He got me sweaters that he already had that he didn't really wear anymore. I'm giving back both his sweaters that he gave me. His favorite crew neck. It's a black crew neck.
You guys know why I don't feel any sympathy for women like this? You know, so she's here, she's like tearing up, but not actually, has no tears whatsoever, okay? But the reason why I don't have sympathy for these girls, guys, is because they failed to secure the commitment up front, and then they're complaining that they don't have any commitment. Okay? It's kind of like a guy spending months texting a woman and then complaining that he wasted months texting the woman. Why were you texting her for months in the first place? Okay, you didn't have to do that. But what a lot of these women do is they can't lock down the guy, so they just, you know, he just uses her for bedroom fun. He might get her a couple of gifts to make sure that she still remains on the line, so to speak, but he's not interested in actually having a relationship with you. And that's the other reason why guys do this, by the way, is this woman is sitting here and she's fallen in love with the anxiety. You know, oh, he got me all of these things. He says he doesn't love me, but, you know, he gave me this gift for Valentine's and we're hanging out this weekend and doing this, but I still don't have a relationship. I'm just so confused, but he's so fantastic, blah, 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 okay? A lot of the reasons why dudes do this is simply just to keep you in your feelings. They don't actually want to have a relationship with you. Okay, girls are very, very bad, I've noticed, at differentiating when a dude actually wants a relationship with you. I don't feel sorry for these girls at all, guys. Not at all.
And then his mom, for Christmas, got me a card because she loves me and she made me cookies. Her cookies were very good. They were chocolate chip. Next.
And she's probably made cookies for a lot of women who walk through that particular house.
I was having a bad day one day, and then he wrote me this letter. He typed it out. I'm not going to show it, but he typed it out, wrote it in a letter, and then got me a squishmallow because I was having a bad day. But he doesn't like me like that, so it's okay. And then for Valentine's Day, he got me heart-shaped chocolates and a bouquet of 12 roses. But he doesn't like me like that, so it's okay. We're not getting into a relationship now. I need Jesus or a therapy session.
Listen to that. I need a therapy session. Okay, I need religion in order to fix myself from the psychological damage that I've endured, that I've given to myself. It's really funny, guys, watching, again, women grieve over relationships that they didn't even have. It's entirely self-inflicted. And can you guys imagine for a moment, before we continue into the next clip, imagine, guys, being the dude who comes along and wifes this up after the fact, and you find out that your new girlfriend, who you think is sweet and nice, has spent her young years chasing bad boys without any sort of commitment. But speaking of lack of commitment, no, we're not going to that clip, holy. Check out this clip. So we have a girl here who's saying the reason why she stayed in a situationship for a year, and she says, I want to share why I stayed in my situationship for as long as I did.
Share why I stayed in my situationship for as long as I did. And I feel like a lot of women are going to be able to relate to this. I was waiting for the man to come back that I had first met. What I mean by that is the first month or so of me being with my situationship, things were perfect. And we all know how it feels when at some random point he starts to pull away and you can feel the energy shift. That first month that we were together, I finally got to experience what it was like having a boyfriend without the official title.
Yeah, except you didn't have a boyfriend. That's the difference. And the guy didn't, you know, wander off. He was never with you. You guys were never together in the first place. It's not wandering off if you guys aren't actually in a relationship.
And as time went on, he stopped showing those behaviors. As this started going on more and more and longer, I did actually call my situationship out on it. And he blamed it on a bunch of life circumstances that he had going on, which, me being a very understanding person and empathetic person, I was like, oh, okay, this is fine. I'm sure once this rolls over that things will go back to normal.
Guys, never ever, I would suggest that you never ever believe in what this woman just said. So notice how the guy basically pulled away from her and he said, well, it's because of work. And then she says, I'm such a kind and empathetic and understanding person that I took him at his word. Guys, these women are only kind, empathetic, understanding for the men that they are highly attracted to. Okay, you guys think that this woman is understanding or kind for the dude that she's not attracted to? The, you know, tons of men who are in her DMs? No, she doesn't care about those people. She's not empathetic towards them. She's not understanding towards them. She doesn't even want to look their way. Most men are invisible to most women, guys. Okay? And yet, but somehow, she's kind, she's understanding, she's considerate for the guy that she doesn't even have a relationship with. Guys, I do not buy it when people jump on the internet and espouse their positive values and they say things like, I'm kind, I'm empathetic, I'm nice, I'm beautiful, I'm this, I'm that. If you were these qualities, you wouldn't have to say them. Let's continue.
So after 3 months, 4 months, 5 months, it still wasn't going back to normal. And I was just holding on to any bit of hope that was left in me that I would get to experience the man that he was when I met him that first month. And unfortunately, I never got to see that again. And I know that people are like, oh, well, if you really knew your worth, you would have walked away earlier. Yeah, maybe I would have, but at the same time, like I said, this is the first man that I had ever genuinely felt a true connection with, and I was not willing to let it go that easily.
It's the first man who she felt a genuine connection with, guys. You know, so she's going to chase Chad. She's going to chase the dude that she doesn't have a relationship with for months and months at a time because she felt a connection, the only connection that she's ever felt. Yeah, I don't feel sorry for you. I sincerely do not. This just reminds me, it's very similar to like dudes who give away all of their money to female streamers on Twitch or like, you know, OF girls. It literally is like the same, it's in the same boat for me of like, yeah, you can do it if you want to. I think it's incredibly stupid, but am I going to feel sorry for you? Absolutely not. When you're broke, right? Or when you're 30 years of age and you can't find a man, I simply do not care.
There's obviously other reasons why I stayed with my situationship for as long as I did, but I would say this is the number one reason why. I think what hurts the most about this is that I finally felt so wanted and chosen by someone within that first month, and then as that time kept going on, I kept losing myself more and more because I was essentially chasing to get that version of this person back that clearly was not going to come back.
All of this is just translation for the guy that I found highly attractive didn't like me back. He was so attractive that justified me chasing him. Okay? Don't believe any of this nonsense of, well, it was our connection and I just felt loved and appreciated for once. You could feel loved and appreciated any damn day you want. Just post a selfie on social media. You know, like, I don't know what the hell this woman is talking about. They're literally saying something that is just not the truth at all. I find it very disingenuous when girls say things like they start talking about connection or values and just, you know, all this kind of stuff when that's really not what it boils down to at all.
Obviously now it's a lesson and I know what to do moving forward, but I think so many women get caught in this trap of like when the man pulls away, we start becoming obsessive instead of like returning back to ourselves and recognizing that we deserve that all the time. And
we deserve, listen to that. I'm going to play that back, guys. We deserve. Okay, and it's a trap. These poor, helpless women, guys, they keep falling into this trap of chasing bad boys who don't want them. Won't somebody please save them? But let's go back here because there's that D word again, that deserve word.
Back to ourselves and recognizing that we deserve that all the time and not just the first month of being with someone.
Of course, you absolute queen. You know, you deserve everything from a man simply because you exist. Can you guys imagine if I made videos, right? And I just sat on here and I said, you know what, guys, here's the things that I just deserve, and here's what I deserve, and here's what you guys deserve as well. Not only would I be lying to myself, like, deserve is such a disgusting word. You have to earn things. But can you guys imagine saying to your audience, if I said to you guys, hey, you deserve everything. You deserve this. Doesn't that just feel like I'm lying to you? What if you don't deserve it? What if I don't deserve it? But there's none of this talk. Reality is nowhere in this thought process. It's all about, here's what I deserve, here's what I want, blah, blah, blah. I think a lot of guys look at this completely differently, and a lot of guys have the common sense to say, hey, maybe I'm not deserving of this. Maybe I need to work a bit harder. Maybe I need to do this differently. But on TikTok, guys, it's just a whole nother universe here where apparently everybody just deserves everything simply because they exist and they don't have to work for it. Now let's continue into this next clip.
You know when you and your ex break up and then you come to the realization the only way that y'all can be in each other's lives is if you guys are just friends, because you know you can't get back together with them, but like you also don't want to lose them forever because you have so much history and you guys were friends for so long, and so you try to be friends and then quickly you both are falling back into old habits and the lines are getting blurry because you're like, we're not acting like friends but we're calling each other that, and so then you're the one that's getting hurt, you're the one that's still emotionally attached and in love, and they seem to be completely fine. If you can relate, I wrote a song called Emotionally Invested, and it comes out next Friday. You can pre-save it at the link in my bio. But yeah, it's for anyone who knows they either need to let go of their ex completely or get back together.
And this is reason number 527, guys, why I would, if you're a dude who's out there dating, I would suggest that you don't accept women who have dude friends. And the reason why is because a lot of these dude friends have either been with the girl in the past or there's something going on there, and a lot of them will just say, oh, you know, he's just a friend, which that phrase right there has actually turned into a meme simply because of how much women say that. Oh, he's just a friend, don't worry about it. And then you find out that he's an ex-boyfriend, or you find out that he's an ex-situationship or something like that. But hey, this woman is apparently, you know, trying to hype up music off of the back of her failed relationships by making TikTok videos in her car. So, you know, I can appreciate the hustle, but let's move on before I get an aneurysm.
You want to know something really annoying? I actually used to never care about never having had a boyfriend until I met my situationship. It's kind of like one of those you don't know what you're missing out on until you get to experience it type of situation. I've talked about this many times before, but when I was with my situationship, I truly felt like I finally got to experience what it would be like to have a boyfriend. Which is another reason why I stayed with him for so long, because it's like after waiting my entire life to experience those little things that we did together, I was like, I don't want to let this go.
She could have had these experiences many times over. Okay? Like, if you use common sense for a second, guys, and you understand how these things work, these women are not derived of male attention. This is 2023, okay, that I'm recording this video in. Women like this can post a selfie on Instagram and get dudes in their DMs very quickly. Now, of course, not every single one of those dudes is going to want a relationship, obviously, but there are plenty of men who are chasing women like this because they want a relationship or because they want to share experiences and stuff like that. But the women don't want the experiences with these men. They only want these experiences with the top men. Okay? So when they say things like, well, I've never had a boyfriend, which is just an absolutely, like, if a woman is 26, 20, like, hell, the older a woman gets and she's saying phrases like, I've never had a boyfriend, that is a huge red flag. Because what that tells you is that she's just had a series of bad boys of situationships in her past and she has failed to secure commitment. But in any case, the reason why this girl never had a boyfriend, and the reason why almost all of these girls haven't had a boyfriend, etc., is because that is their own decision. It's not as if they're derived of the potential to have a relationship. It's just they're derived of the potential to have a relationship with a man that they are highly attracted to.
And since ending things with him, my mind has been consumed with thoughts of, who's my boyfriend going to be? Will I ever have a boyfriend? And I've felt really insecure about it. And it's really funny because I remember distinctly there was a day, a couple days before I actually met him, I remember being so fulfilled with my life. I was so happy with my friendships. I felt like everything was going right. And the thought of a boyfriend or even talking to a guy never crossed my mind. And so now it's hard because it's like, since I got to experience an almost boyfriend, kind of, like, I want it so bad because I don't have it anymore.
Again, you didn't have a boyfriend at all.
And it's annoying because I know I've been very happy in the past single, and I'm very capable of being happy single. I am happy single, honestly. But that doesn't mean that I don't still want a boyfriend at the same time. And it doesn't mean that I'm desperate to have one either. I just want to know what it's like.
No, you want to know what it's like with a dude who is out of your league, quite frankly. You see, these men that these women are chasing, they don't have to commit to you. They have no incentive to commit to you. In fact, committing to you is actually a dangerous activity for a lot of these guys to do, because what a lot of men have actually realized is that if you get into a long enough term relationship, that's actually, can be considered common law marriage, i.e. grounds for her to take your crap, any kids that you guys might have together, future finances, etc. Okay, that's number one. Number two, if you're going out here and only shooting your shot for the best percentage dude, chances are you're just going to trade up if you can find a better guy anyway. That's where the phrase, things like, she's not yours, it's just your turn comes from. These men who are highly attractive, who have a lot of options with women, they understand that they can get all of the benefits, without actually committing to you, because they simply don't have to do it. And guys, truthfully, a lot of these girls, they're not actually safe to have around. They're not trustworthy, okay? They're not interested in... They say that they want to grow together, but they're not really. They'd rather just move in to things that are pre-built, already pre-done. I believe the phrase is, they wait at the finish line for the dudes who come first or whatever. And that's just the way it is.
That's all I want. So yeah, even though my situationship taught me so many lessons, it's also really hard now being on the other side, because I still haven't gotten to experience having a boyfriend and what that would be like. And it's scary, not knowing if that's ever going to happen or not.
Yeah, of course, right? It's scary, it's terrifying, it's a trap, guys. These women are victims. Please, gentlemen, come along and save them. Let's all collectively put on our caps, okay, and put on our clown makeup, and we can be clowns in capes and go and save these girls, because that's obviously what these people think that we are sometimes. Holy hell. Guys, we are going to be leaving today's episode there. As always, guys, remember to leave your thoughts and your comments. And guys, don't forget to take care of yourselves, and I'll be seeing you all in the next episode. Peace.